Hello everyone. I'll be teaching you a step-by-step guide on how to install FreePBX. FreePBX is a voice-over internet protocol system. It's a GUI for Asteric. And if you're familiar with Asteric very well, you know it's a voice-over internet protocol system. It is used to make communications for businesses, different types of business, hotel, restaurants, a mall, any of this business, a food store. Both it can be used for the internal system or an external system. So you can make calls with it, receive call, get an inbound number, you receive calls with it. And I'm sure you know what an IVR is going to be. IVR is called interactive voice response, whereby if you, I'm sure anyone has called a customer care representative before, where immediately you call the number, you start getting an option. Welcome to so company. Press 1 for this option. Press 2 for this option. So that's basically what Asteric is all about. And FreePBX is just the GUI, the interface where you can easily manage your Asteric functionality. And for compared to the pure Asteric, whereby you have to do everything via SSH. So in order for us to install FreePBX, we need to be needing like a VPS server, and there are different VPS server online. I'm sure if you do a quick search online for VPS server, you see different companies offering a VPS server. Like for example, now I already searched it here and I can see there are different companies here. There are different companies here whereby you can buy the VPS from. And for us, in order for us to install the VPS, we are going to be needing the VPS hosting, just like I said earlier, and we're going to need an operating system called Debian 12. And in order for us to get that, you need to come to whoever company you bought your provider from, or you want to patronize. You can just come. But I'll be using this particular website, which is CloudZ. So I'll be clicking on a new service. I need to run a new service. So here you can choose the type you want: the regular CPU, the high frequency, or the premium GPU. So this is just for test. So I will be choosing this particular rates, this particular plan. And note that sometimes you have to be very careful when selecting stuff for your VPS. It has some minimum configuration, like this $3.96 per month. It has one zip CPU. The memory is 1 GB, storage is 25 GB. And sometimes FreePBX needs more storage than this 25 GB. So that's why I started from this one with a 2 GB memory and storage of 60 GB and the bandwidth of 3 terabytes. So now you can choose the region. So the region means a server location that you can choose. So so that you don't have a very big latency in whatever you're doing, it's advisable to choose a region that is closer to your country, that's closer to where you'll be running all these operations from. So just like I said, we're going to select an operating system, which is Debian 12. And note that FreePBX depends on how you want to install. It has different types of functionality. It has different operating system that you can use. Some you can use Ubuntu, some you can use CentOS. But here for the tutorial that we're going to be doing, we'll be using Debian 12. And sometimes you might want to select a different Debian version from this. This is Debian 11, and we are going to be naming Debian 12. So after that, it's pretty easy. You can just click on deploy now. So after clicking on deploy now, let's wait for it to start preparing. And if you wait for it a bit, and you check your email address, I'm sure you're going to get all the details there. You're going to get your username, the password, the IP address that we're going to be using in the next step. So here is the server that I recently purchased, and we're going to be using this server now. We're going to be signing in via SSH. Just like I told you earlier, you're going to get the password and the details to log in. So if you're using the MacBook, just search for terminal, and if you're using Windows, you can use PuTTY, or you can use the terminal or the inbuilt terminal of the Windows laptop. So I'll just use the inbuilt system. So search button and click search terminal, click on enter. So let's wait for the pop-up. So we brought out our command prompt. So now we are going to be connecting via SSH, and to do that we'll do SSH, then the username. The username of most of the VPS server is root. So root at, so the IP address 107.189.18.50. Now let's click on enter. After clicking on enter, you'll see this particular option. So after seeing this option, all you have to do is click on enter yes and click on enter, and need the server password. The mail that you got, you're going to see the password of this particular server there. So I've copied my own password already. So let me just say Ctrl and V. By pasting, you cannot see anything here. That's because it's a VPS server, so that's a form of security. But as you pasted it, it is there. Just click on enter, and voila, we are logged in. Now let's move on to the next step, which is to installing a script. So I already followed FreePBX on their official GitHub page, and by scrolling down, you see the option of running this script in order for you to fully install the FreePBX. So now let's copy this first command, then Ctrl V and enter. Let's wait for this one to download before we start the download fully. Yes, so after this we have to click on the second command, then Control V and enter. So you have to sit down with your laptop so that it doesn't go to sleep, because the installation might take a little bit of time. So we just have to wait for it. And so let's wait for it while it finishes installation, and I might just stop my recording now and come back when the installation is done. Just checking in to know if we are still together. As you can see, the installation is ongoing. So let's wait again. I'll go now and I'll come back when it's done. Yes, so as you can see, welcome back. The Freepbx installation is complete now, and as you can see, you'll get something like this. So now all we have to do is we can minimize this particular page, then copy our IP address, and let's open a new tab to the right, /admin. So it's going to redirect us to the remove it, then remove everything here. Voila, we are here to the first section. So we can set the username and password. So let me set my password. So we set the username. I'm going to set the password. You can set any password you want. Then nothing. So I put in my password and notification email, so you can use like a correct email which is connected to the server. And with that, then we can click on setup system. Then let me just save this in case of another time. Then I'll click on the Freepbx administration and click on continue to log in. So let's wait and see. Now immediately you log in, you're going to see this section, which is thank you for installing. So if you're not going to be using the paid modules, because there are paid modules in this system, for example, let's say like a call recording or some other functions, they will ask you to like make payment for it. So but me, it is not mandatory for you to activate the server. So you can, as you can see, it says before you get started, we like to activate your new server. Activation is optional, but is highly recommended. Activating your server is required to purchase commercial modules and paid support. So most of the time we don't really need the commercial modules. It's been a while I saw someone who needs the commercial module, so I skip this particular section, and you can activate it too if you want. So then after this, we're going to click on skip again. Then again we're going to click on next skip. On skipping all these places, so that you get to the main dashboard where I'll be explaining some things to you. So after skipping all those settings, then you click on submit, and after submit, it is not advisable to turn on your firewall, because firewall will be blocking, so it might just not work good, and it might block your IP address from actually making calls through the server. So I always abort it. And if you want to make your server more secure, you can use it. And by using it, you have to whitelist your IP address so that it doesn't get blocked all the time. So yes, after clicking on about, it welcomes off. So this is the main dashboard that I was looking for, and immediately you get this. I would like to call your attention to this button, which is apply configuration. So click on apply configuration to apply all the config. When you are using Asterisk and you are using the SSH, you have to reload all your configuration file anytime you make any changes. So with this GUI, it makes everything so easy for us. So anytime you make any changes, just click on apply configuration and it will work. So quick one on all this menu. As you can see, these are statistics. So quick one from the admin, you can see all the functionality here. There are some functions here that they are paid options. So most of the time we don't really need the paid options. So we have the application section where we can see the IVR, the announcements, the broadcast, appointment reminder, so and different functionality, the text to speech, set caller ID. Then we can come to the connectivity. This is where we set everything relating to the outbound, which is making calls out of the system, and inbound, which is the receiving calls through the system. So we have the API section, we have the extension, we have the firewall. The extension is going to serve as the username. Let's say for example you have the manager, the secretary. So the manager's extension number can be 500 and the secretary will be 501. So anytime you dial in 501, it will ring from the the receptionist. So all this is going to be discussed in another video, but because it's a little bit bulky, so this video is just meant for installation. We have the inbound route where we had our DID number. DID is a customer number that you get from different providers, and by getting the inbound number, your customers can call you and they will get routed to an agent or announcement or anyone you set it to. We have the trunks, we have the outbound route, so then we have the settings section and all of that. So thank you so much. If you have any question, do not hesitate to send me a message. You can drop a comment on my YouTube page, and I'm sure you will be able to install this. But in case there's an issue or you have a question, you can just send me a message. So thank you so much. Thank you.